Welcome to Romania. Romania, a land where myth and nature intertwine, nestled between Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe. Bordered by Ukraine, Hungary, Serbia, Bulgaria, Moldova, and the Black Sea, this country is a treasure trove of landscapes and legends. From the towering peaks of the Carpathian Mountains to the gentle curves of the Danube River. Romania's natural beauty is both raw and mesmerizing. Its story stretches back to the ancient kingdom of Dacia, where a unique blend of indigenous and Roman cultures forged a proud identity that still pulses through the heart of the nation. The unification of Moldavia and Wallachia in 1859 marked the birth of modern Romania. With independence gained in 1877 and democracy embraced after the Revolution of 1989, the country has emerged stronger, more vibrant, and more connected to the world than ever. Today, Romania stands as a beacon of contrast and harmony, where medieval towns and ancient fortresses meet bustling modern cities like Bucharest and Cluj-Napoca. UNESCO World Heritage Sites, from the mystical castles of Transylvania to the tranquil waters of the Danube Delta, offer glimpses into both its soul and spirit. With every mountain path, every cobblestone street, and every folklore song, Romania invites you to discover its magic. A journey where history, adventure, and culture await at every turn. Bucharest, a city of contrasts where classical beauty and communist might stand shoulder to shoulder. Along tree-lined boulevards, neoclassical facades rise beside concrete blocks, forming a skyline shaped by both elegance and endurance. The Palace of the Parliament looms with silent power, while the old town buzzes with cafes, music, and restored charm. Street art decorates alleyways near 300-year-old churches, and the scent of roasted chestnuts mingles with car horns and laughter. Parks like Herăstrău offer stillness under willow trees, as lakes shimmer beside jogging paths and swan boats. In Bucharest, the past is never far. It lingers in the air, in monuments and markets, in stories whispered along the Dâmbovița River. This is a city that embraces contradiction and transformation, where beauty often hides in plain sight. Bucharest doesn't ask you to rush. It invites you to linger, to look again, and to listen. Transfagarasan Highway, a spectacular stretch of road carved into the Carpathian Mountains, twisting and turning through some of Romania's most majestic landscapes. Often called the most beautiful road in the world, it climbs past waterfalls, alpine forests, and sheer cliffs, reaching heights where clouds drift low across the peaks. Each bend reveals a new marvel: steep viaducts, glacial lakes, and endless valleys cloaked in green and mist. At its summit, near the serene Balea Lake, travelers pause in silence, overwhelmed by nature's grandeur. The wind carries stories older than the road itself, and the rocks feel ancient underfoot. This is not just a feat of engineering, it's a passage through something primal and breathtaking. The Transfagarasan Highway is a journey through the sky, where each curve holds wonder, and every moment feels boldly alive. Bran Castle, a dramatic fortress rising from the cliffs of Transylvania, where stone walls and steep towers have watched over centuries of shifting legends. Often linked to Dracula, its true power lies not in myth, but in atmosphere. Candle-lit halls, creaking stairways, and battlements that peer across dark forests and jagged peaks. The setting feels born of folklore: mist curling over pine trees, ravens in flight, silence thick in the mountain air. Inside, rooms glow with medieval relics, royal furniture, and the hushed memory of those who lived here long before the stories. Outside, the slopes fall away into a landscape both beautiful and haunting. Bran Castle doesn't need fiction. It is a place where history feels alive, cloaked in shadow and echoing with mystery. It draws you into a realm where past and myth walk side by side. Danube Delta, a watery labyrinth where Europe's second longest river meets the Black Sea, in a quiet, sprawling finale. Here, channels weave through reed beds and willows, creating a sanctuary of stillness and life. Pelicans glide over silver water, herons wade through lilies, and dragonflies shimmer in the sunlit haze. The air hums with bird song, while the current carries whispers from forests, marshes, and unseen creatures moving just below the surface. Villages like Sighisoara emerge on narrow strips of land, where fishermen rise with the dawn and traditions flow with the river. Time slows in the delta, each ripple a soft echo of wildness and wonder. With over 300 bird species and endless natural beauty. It's one of Europe's last great untouched ecosystems. The Danube Delta isn't a destination. It's a living, breathing world where water writes its own quiet poetry. Peles Castle, a fairy tale of stone and spire, nestled at the foot of the Carpathians, where elegance and grandeur meet in perfect harmony. Surrounded by pine forests and the soft roll of mountain air, this neo-Renaissance masterpiece rises with intricate turrets, hand-carved woodwork, and stained glass windows that shimmer with old-world light. Built for Romania's first king, every room glows with craftsmanship. Velvet halls, mirrored salons, and ceilings painted like dreams. Outside, terraced gardens bloom with roses and fountains murmur beneath sculpted archways. The castle's setting in Sinaia feels almost enchanted. Cool breezes, bird calls, and the hush of nature wrapped around regal history. Peles is not just a royal residence, it's a museum of beauty, a vision brought to life in stone and song. Each corner invites awe, and every moment lingers like a page from a forgotten story. Balea Lake, a glacial jewel nestled high in the Transfagarasan Mountains, where silence reigns and the clouds seem close enough to touch. Perched along the Transfagarasan Highway, the lake lies cradled between peaks, its waters clear, cold, and endlessly still. On calm days, the mountains reflect like paintings across the surface, broken only by a drifting breeze or the call of a distant raven. Snow often lingers late here, and in winter, an ice hotel rises from the frozen lake itself, ephemeral, magical, and glowing in icy light. In summer, hikers gather by its shore, drawn to the alpine air and raw, rugged beauty. The journey to Balea is part of the wonder. Twists and tunnels through stone and mist, all leading to this quiet marvel. It's a place where nature pauses, and the world feels hushed and vast. Brasov, a city where medieval charm nestles beneath forested peaks, and history echoes through stone walls and pastel facades. Framed by the Carpathians, Brasov blends Gothic spires with cobbled streets, and every step through its old town feels like walking through a living story. The Black Church rises solemnly over Council Square, its darkened stone whispering tales of fire and faith, while colorful buildings and lively cafes bring warmth to the cool mountain air. Beyond the square, narrow lanes twist toward forest trails and the old city ramparts. The Tampa Mountain watches from above, cloaked in pine and often kissed by mist. From Saxon walls to bustling shops, Brasov carries its centuries gracefully. Never rushed, never forgotten. This is a place where legends rest quietly in doorways, and where each corner feels like it's waiting to be discovered in the soft light of late afternoon. Corvin Castle, a vision of towers and turrets rising from stone above a quiet river, where history feels bold, brooding, and beautifully preserved. Often called one of Europe's most striking Gothic castles, Corvin stands like a fortress from legend, with its red-roofed towers, drawbridge, and iron gates guarding secrets of a turbulent past. Its halls echo with footsteps and flickers of torchlight, casting long shadows on weathered stone. Inside, medieval chambers open to grand balconies and vaulted ceilings, while suits of armor and ancient frescoes offer glimpses into noble life and warfare. Surrounded by hills and solitude, the castle's setting only deepens its mystique. It's more than a monument. It's a portal to a darker, richer time. Corvin Castle doesn't just survive history. It embodies it, standing tall as a fierce and silent keeper of stories carved in stone. Sibiu, a city of whispered elegance and quiet wonder, nestled in the heart of Transylvania, where rooftops seem to watch with sleepy, curious eyes. Cobblestone streets stretch through Saxon walls and pastel buildings, while the great square opens like a sunlit stage for Baroque facades and distant chimes. Every step in Sibiu feels graceful, touched by centuries of craft, culture, and calm rhythm. Bridges arch gently across narrow alleys, including the famous Bridge of Lies, steeped in folklore and charm. Towering churches cast long shadows, and golden light warms the rooftops as the day fades into soft dusk. With its blend of medieval soul and modern pulse, Sibiu balances past and present in perfect harmony. It doesn't shout to be noticed. It invites you quietly, leaving its mark with every quiet moment and thoughtful glance. Palace of the Parliament, a colossal monument of ambition and endurance standing immovable in the heart of Bucharest. Its endless corridors, marble halls, and towering chandeliers reflect a vision both grand and controversial. Born from an era of power and excess, this is the second largest administrative building in the world, where symmetry and scale leave visitors humbled beneath sheer weight and grandeur. Yet beyond the stone and scale lies quiet fascination. From balconies, the city stretches like a living contrast, vibrant, moving, ever-changing. Inside, silence lingers in vast chambers, echoing the footsteps of past and present. The palace is more than a structure. It's a symbol, complex and compelling. A reminder of history's depth and the marks it leaves behind. It doesn't ask to be admired. It demands to be felt. Transylvania, a land where mist clings to forested hills and time drifts slowly through ancient villages and hidden valleys. Nestled among the Carpathians, Transylvania is a realm of folklore and beauty, where medieval fortresses crown rocky peaks and rolling meadows stretch into the horizon. It's a place where sunlight filters through pine forests, and every winding path feels like a page from an old legend. From fortified churches to rustic hamlets, the land pulses with stories, some whispered, some imagined. Castles like Bran and towns like Sibiu and Sighisoara offer windows into a past rich with craft and character. But beyond myth lies a quiet truth. Transylvania is not just a land of shadows and tales, but of deep stillness, raw nature, and timeless charm. It leaves its mark not through fear, but through wonder. Lake Vidraru, a shimmering stretch of blue nestled between the forested arms of the Transfagarasan Mountains, where water and sky seem to merge in quiet reflection. Formed by a towering dam on the Argeș River, this vast reservoir curves with quiet grace through deep green valleys and rugged cliffs. On still mornings, its surface mirrors peaks and pines, broken only by the call of birds or the whisper of wind. Above the lake, the statue of Prometheus stands watchful and proud, a silent guardian of this highland marvel. Winding roads climb through dense forest and tunnels, revealing sudden glimpses of the lake's gleaming expanse. Lake Vidraru isn't loud in its beauty. It's calm, introspective, a place where the world narrows to light, water, and stone. It leaves you hushed, as if nature itself has paused to breathe. Sighisoara, a hilltop citadel where time lingers in every brick and shadow, echoing with the quiet pride of medieval craft. Pastel houses lean along cobbled streets, and the clock tower rises high above the rooftops like a guardian of centuries. As one of the best-preserved inhabited fortresses in Europe, Sighisoara is a living storybook, where each alley tells tales of Saxon settlers, guilds, and legends. The birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, its mystique runs deep, but it is the town's warmth that leaves the greatest impression. Ivy clings to stone walls, and lanterns flicker softly in the evening glow. Church bells ring over tiled roofs, and children's laughter dances through quiet courtyards. Sighisoara doesn't need grandeur. It thrives on detail, on memory, on magic that endures through simplicity and grace. Bucovina, a quiet corner of Romania, where rolling hills cradle painted monasteries like jewels resting in the earth. Here the air is crisp and sweet with pine, and time seems to drift slowly over meadows, villages, and forested ridges. The famed monasteries of Voronezh, Moldovica, and Sucevica are more than religious sites. They are living murals, their vivid frescoes glowing beneath the sky, telling stories in color and silence. Surrounding them, shepherds move through misty pastures, and wooden houses sit beneath smoke, curling gently from chimneys. Bucovina speaks softly, with folklore in its footsteps and warmth in every handmade stitch and carving. This is a land that lives in harmony, with tradition, with faith, with nature. Bucovina doesn't announce itself. It welcomes you in slowly, gently, until you feel as though you've stepped into something sacred. Mamaia Beach, a sun-soaked strip of sand where the Black Sea meets modern rhythm in shimmering waves. Stretching along a narrow land bridge, Mamaia is Romania's premier seaside escape, where golden sands glisten beneath clear skies and the water stretches endlessly blue. Daylight brings the bustle of beach umbrellas, jet skis, and the soft rhythm of waves, while evenings glow with music, color, and sea-salted air. Along the shore, elegant resorts rise beside lively terraces, and the breeze carries laughter and summer joy through the palm-lined promenade. Yet, in the quiet of early morning or sunset's hush, Mamaia reveals a calmer face. Waves brushing gently at the edge of memory. It's a place of movement and stillness, energy and ease. Mamaia Beach isn't just for escape. It's a celebration of the sea, the sun, and the fleeting magic of summer.